This is Barbara with Cana Girl Speaks podcast. My voice, your voice. Good evening, everybody. This is Barbara with the Cana Girl Speaks podcast, and I am so excited to be recording on this evening. And I'm excited to be have the guests on this evening. And I've known them a long time. I've known this one longer than I've known this one. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just glad that they have taken out the time to be on the Cana Girl Speaks podcast. So without further ado, I want to introduce to the audience Eric Grant Jr. and his wife Ieisha Grant. And I wanted to bring them on because they actually have a business. I'm going to let them tell a little bit about themselves before we get started, because I want them to talk to you about their business. So go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
I'm Ieisha. Like Miss Barbara just said, I'm Ieisha. I'm Eric's wife, and I guess I'm the helper in his business. What I do professionally, I'm a nurse. I'm planning to go back to school to bridge over from my LVN to my RN so that I'm making use my nursing to incorporate it with his business with Agape Love, just so that we can spread more love.
Okay. Eric?
Okay. I'm Eric Grant Jr. I'm the owner of Agape Love Clothing Company. I'm also a musician. I play the organ, and we've been running Agape for 1 year now, and we're just excited to see what the future holds.
So you're not telling them about where you're from. I mean,
where you're from?
Yeah. I mean, everybody, we might know that you're from Corsicana, but people out there in the listening audience may not know that you're from Corsicana. So a little bit about yourself.
So I'm originally from Mahia, but I moved to Corsicana when I was about 8. I've been here ever since, lived on probably every side of town in Corsicana. You know, when I was with my dad and we were a lot younger, we moved around a lot. So I probably know a little bit of detail about every part of Corsicana.
Eric?
Okay. Yeah, I was born and raised in Corsicana, and I've been here for 34 years, and yeah, that's all I know.
And your family?
My family is here. My mom and dad. My dad is a pastor of God's Holy Temple, and we're located over by the high school, across the street from the high school. We just moved there, and he's been in ministry for 11 years, and it's just, my whole family is pretty much born and raised here.
Okay, and your kids?
Kids. Yeah, we have 3 girls. One is 7, and 2, and one's 11.
Oh. I'm going to tell everybody a secret that's not a secret. I want a boy.
You want a boy? So I wanted to bring you on to talk about your business, the Agape business, because you have really been marketing your business, selling your your apparel. So how did you come up with the name Agape? What was the thought process?
Well, one day I was just upstairs at home taking a shower, and it just popped in my head while I was in the shower. God just gave it to me, and I came downstairs and told my wife about it, and from there I just jotted it down in my phone under my notes, and then God gave me the design probably like a day later.
So you've been selling it across the states?
Yes, ma'am.
The community?
Yeah, I've been selling it across the states and in the community as well. And I have an online business as well. I sell it online at Agape Clothing Company. AgapeClothing.org.
So what's your mission? What is the mission for Agape Clothing Attire?
The mission is to just spread the message of unconditional love, the kind of love that God has for us and that we should have for each other. That's what Agape means. And we're just trying to spread love all around the world, just to, because, at a time like this, it's a lot of negativity in the world and a lot of hatred. So we're just trying to spread love at the end of the day.
So do you plan on growing your business?
Yes, ma'am. We plan on growing it.
Any other type of apparel, any other type of brand?
We plan on just doing shoes and backpacks and aprons and just taking it to a whole nother level.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So have y'all had any bloopers, any ups and downs? I mean, what has been the lesson learned in growing a business like Agape Clothing Apparel?
I think the biggest lesson is to be patient but remain consistent. Even when it don't feel good, it don't look good. For us, a big part of the business has been about faith. It's about doing it even when we don't see how it's going to happen or how it's going to turn out. And we've had bloopers, where a design didn't do the way that we thought it should do. And, that's heartbreaking because, we stand behind what we do. We take pride in our business and what we sell people. We want to sell people good quality. We want to sell a message. We want to live that message, and we want to sell people good quality with our apparel. So we've, like I said, the biggest lesson we learned is just keep going.
Just keep going. Stay consistent.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay consistent and just constantly put it out there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I've messed up on a lot of shirts. Like somebody called me and say, my letters fell off or something like that, and it just does something to me. It hurts.
Oh, it does something to him. I mean, he has a long face all day long. It's running through his. So I want y'all to know, if y'all letters come off and Eric found out about them, it hurts him to his heart.
Yeah, I try to replace it immediately, and for free, because I want to put out quality work. Yeah. And recently I try to this week I done upgraded on some of my product, like my lettering is, as you can see, it's like velvet. Mm-hmm. It's compared to how just regular material. So I'm trying to increase on my quality as well. So
how important is it to be a couple? I mean, it's couple and being in business together. I mean, because sometimes you have some couples that, maybe the one person is doing one thing, another person doing another thing. Mm-hmm. So how important is it to be together, doing this business?
I love doing it together. I know that I'm not I don't have that goal like Eric have. So whenever I'm feeling like, today I'm just going to relax, Eric is upstairs working and working and working all the time. And then when someone's letters come off and Eric is having a bad day, okay, that's where I'm strong at, by lifting him up and saying, everybody has had issues. Everybody has went through something with their business. So that's more my part, is the encouraging. Eric part is get it done. If you order a shirt and the material's up there, Eric getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and going to make your shirt at 2 o'clock in the morning. And if Eric is sad about your letters, then my part is to encourage him and just keep him motivated. Yeah.
So do you plan on bringing your kids in the business?
Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So that means that you plan on leaving some type of little legacy for them, some type of, inheritance or something?
Yes, ma'am. That's the goal.
That's the goal?
Yes, ma'am. Because our oldest, Ariana, she's already excited about Agape. She helped me when I was at a vendor event. Yeah, she was helping selling it. She was calling people over there and saying, "Come here, come buy this. Come buy this for my daddy."
Okay.
So yeah, she's like an entrepreneur herself.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. And it's definitely lit a flame up under them. Like when they see people in public and they see people, that's my daddy business, It is, and now it make they're upstairs saying, okay, we're gonna make bracelets, or they're thinking of ways, it's changed their mind frame. I was always in the mind frame, go to school, graduate, 9 to 5, retire. Yeah. And that's what was drilled in. Mm-hmm. And then that's great. But it's also another part that you can do that, and you can do a different avenue. And I'm glad that they're getting that experience now, and that their eyes have been open to that now. Because, ours, well, I don't know about yours, but mine's wasn't. I had a certain thing drilled in my mind, from a little kid. Yeah. And also I wanted to say, we also try to teach them to live the message. We tell them, you don't want to sell something that you don't live, because that's if people see you live in a different way, that's going to hurt your witness, and that's going to be way worse than hurting your business.
That's true.
We want to train them up, not just to have a broader mindset on what they can do as far as business women in this world, but also about standing behind what they do and living their life.
That's true. That's true. So can you give those out there listening or looking any type of advice when they want to start a business as being entrepreneurs? What's the first thing you might want to tell them?
Pray. I want to tell them to pray. Start in prayer and get your wisdom and guidance from the Lord, because when you do something that God has anointed you to do, it comes so much easier. Not to say that you won't have bad times, but you will excel through those bad times and you won't give up. When God really have a destiny in mind for you and you know that it's from God, that'll keep you going in your darkest moments.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Seek God first, and because I wrote down, I've been wanting to start a business, like a clothing business, for years, and I finally did it this year, and I've been had that goal for over 10 years. So you just got to be patient and pray about it, and at the right time, God will lead you to when to launch it.
And one thing about Eric, he's a dresser.
Thank
So
you.
I would always say, I mean, I would see him at church and how he would just dress, and I'm like, you could need to be in a magazine, you know. And I would send him like those little clips of GQ. I mean, the men that dress odd. I'm like, that's Eric, you know. So when you started your clothing business, I was like, he's right in line with.
Yeah, you always have encouraged me to be like that.
Yeah, because I just felt like you were always unique. You were different, you know,
thank you.
Out the box. So I really am excited about the Agape business because, you know, it is spreading. You know,
yes, ma'am.
I've seen people wear it, you know, other communities and all that. So you got to keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
You got to keep going. So,
yes, ma'am.
I always give my guests, I want to say thank you so much for being on the Cana Girl Speaks podcast. I know you guys are busy making shirts, making apparel.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and so I want to say thank you always for being on, thank you for, being on the Cana Girl Speaks podcast. But I always give my guests an opportunity to give their shout outs to anybody they'd like to give their shout outs to. Okay. So go ahead and give your shout outs.
Well, I want to first thank you for having us. I want to thank God just for opening up this platform for us. I want to thank all the GHT family, our kids, my sisters and brothers. I just want to thank everybody. Shout out to everybody.
Don't forget, make sure you tell them where they can get the apparel.
Okay. Oh, reach out.
Yes, I want to thank you for inviting us and for trusting us and believing in us to do this. And I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my wife, of course, because when I first started, she the one that helped me with the computer stuff, because I was trying to learn how to do it on the machine, and I couldn't figure it out, but she figured it out. So thank her. And I want to thank her, my brother-in-law Robert Atkinson Jr. Because he the one
Robert used to be a track star.
Yeah, he the one that gave me the equipment to do my business. Because he had the equipment and he let me use it, and I've been trying to give it back to him, but he's like, you can keep it. So he the one. I really appreciate him for doing that, because without him, I wouldn't have probably even started. So I thank him, and thanks to everyone that supported, all my church family, all my friends, everyone on my social media that's been buying and supporting. I really appreciate everybody.
All right. Well, I'm like I said, I'm so excited about the business. I know it's going to just do nothing but go up and up.
Thank you. I forgot to say where to get the material from. You can get the clothing from www.agapeclothing.org, or you can reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, Eric Grant Jr., or my wife is Ieisha Grant on Facebook and Instagram as well. Yeah. So thank you.
All right. Well, to my listening audience, support them. They gave the information where you can get their apparel, so support them. They're good people. I mean, they're good young people, and I'm so excited for them. And so, also to my listening audience, thank you always for supporting the Cana Girl Speaks podcast. Continue to share the videos. I'm on YouTube now. Can share. And just continue just to support the Cana Girl Speaks podcast, and continue just to stay safe. We know the COVID numbers are going up, but we know everybody can be safe. And just thank you again so much for supporting the Cana Girl Speaks podcast. So have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a Legacy Recording Studio production.